Hey guys, how's it going? This is Ahnist, aka Martine, going behind the whole project that is Ahnist 316. I figured I've been wanting to do this for other projects in the past, and I might go back, but I do want to, as fresh as possible, have this on record. The maybe thought processes and ideas and concepts with the project, the 6 tracks, or technically 5 tracks, but I'll get into that once we start rolling here. But officially, this is the kind of behind the scenes going into Honest 316. So let's start it off. The track number one, Stunning. This was to be 100% with you, truthfully, true, was a last minute idea or last minute track to put on, where I did want to even 5 tracks, but knew that it would only be fair to like have a quick sound clip from from the one and only Stone Cold Steve Austin, especially Attitude Era Steve Austin. And I didn't want to overuse anything I've had before. In earlier projects, I've taken stuff from when his gimmick, his heel phase of Austin 316 started. I already used that audio clip in like the Ghost Era project I did back in like 2013. So I wanted something that would highlight the project in some quick asset, quick sense. Nothing. I didn't want like a long intro, basically. And this one was like on point. This one, I don't dwell directly remember what maybe the year that it happened, but it was the a classic instance of him versus McMahon in the ring where he had a bunch of McMahon had a bunch of like security guards with him, all stockpiled, and it was Austin alone, and he was giving Austin an ultimatum, and you see Stone Cold cut a quick like promo like I don't this is what I do, you know who I am, and then not giving a damn and stunning McMahon. It was a perfect like snippet I had to use, and of course name it Stunning. That was the idea behind it. Track two, I don't know. That one, I remember specifically the first couple lines writing it in around Balboa Park area here in the San Fernando Valley. I was and just getting like Brahma Bull Glass House and having that kind of breaking it down and then to kind of in general of making the songs I do, I'm hunting for these beats, hunting for at least something to go over, and then definitely in like an assorted range of like if these 3, 4, 5 beats sound similar, I could kind of take them as is and that be a concept of an entire project, and then further breaking it down of like, all right, this beat, what's the first kind of couple words I think about when I hear it? What would be a cool chorus? And when I first heard the beat, it was the best day ever. I'd recently gotten to know the producer Hanging Tree Algorithm HTA through I believe it was maybe like a follower of followers or someone. I was on SoundCloud, and then his Bandcamp it came about, and just being like, wow, this is like the sound. Or rather, it was other track, and then he emailed me this track, and it was called Spacecraft at that point. And when it was going off on my computer, I was like, this is the jam. This is the hottest fire to me. It sounds so like I don't obviously it's vibrational, but like rough. It sounded so like to me this 90s computer angry sound I can't even describe. And it was hitting you. It was just banging away. So and it grew. It would progress throughout the song, and that's what I love about HTA's style is it grows throughout the song. It never It's never one piece of a sample. It is a composition to the fullest. So I immediately, when I was listening to it the first couple times, it was I needed something simple. I thought like a simple kind of, you know, a what to do, ABC, ABC. Like I don't know, and something and that clicked to me immediately. I don't know like why I do this, but I just love doing it, and it's something I love to do, and something I don't mind doing at all. So I have to do this. Like, but why? I don't know. I don't know. And like, yo no sé, like, let me go. Like, I think let me go was gonna be the original. Let me go. Just let me go. Like, let me get off. Let me go and have fun with this. So like, I don't know. I wanted to put it in the middle somewhere, but fitting from the other songs and the intro, it had to start off the whole record. Track 3, Leave a Message. This one is produced by Denso, and this was probably one of the first tracks that was gonna go on this kind of tape of this style of like Attitude Era, 90s, don't give a damn right now. And Denso is another dude I found on SoundCloud, and going through his material, there was this song I remember favoriting it or liking it, and it went into like this cachet of songs I've liked, and I would keep going back to it, and suddenly it's the same thing with like the I Don't Know track, like this repetitive, like, you know, don't call me on my phone right now, you could leave a message right now, and having that broken down and cutting it into don't call me right now, leave a message right now, where it was melodic, and I could play with that and have fun with the track. And I remember like, oh, Denso, is this up for grabs? Could I use this song, please? And he was like, yeah, totally. And you know, thank you very much, man, and thank you very much HTA, especially on this whole project. So I remember, cutting it down and having trouble with the second part after the bridge section where it slows down, going like, how do I approach it? And at the time, and even now still, I am improving on my Spanish, where I grew up not speaking too much Spanish in my family, even though my family is all Salvadorian and has that, you know, roots upbringing. I've always kind of struggled with that and talked too much with it, the language. And in the midst of the track a couple months ago, I was like, I need to play around with my original language. I need to improve and get this on tape. And so the whole cálmate, nada quedaba de mi plata. I personally don't know if it could be better, correctly structured, but I knew it was getting the gist, the point, and I do want it to be rough too. The entire project to me, like in the other projects in the past, there's a certain roughness I want, a certain maybe unmastered or hissing sound, if you will, lo-fi appeal. And definitely even in the lyricism, English or Spanish, I want it to be a bit almost primal, because to me less is more. Less is always more to me. So I took advantage and made it a quick little interlude into the song of Spanish and cutting it back out. And I've performed it once so far, and it did have some pretty cool, how do you say, I don't want to say praise, that's a strong word, but it was definitely, at least it maybe woke some people up, like, oh, hey, switching it up a little bit. So changing the style up, and I take that, I believe it's advice from Doom, where you want to make sure you're keeping yourself on your toes, and you don't even know where you're going to completely go. You don't want every word to rhyme perfectly. You don't want the structure to be completely Boy Scout, if you will, like completely to the T. He wanted to be a bit rough, a bit raw, and have a freshness to it. So Leave a Message is definitely, you could say, a track with an emphasis on that. Track 4, Funky Drummer. To me, the fun Tony Hawk song. If I would ever be on like a soundtrack like that. And I just, again, HTA, just, he captures. There's probably better journalist words out there, but it has a skateboarding aesthetic to me. This individual, like in your face type of approach. That I just love how hard it hits on like the sections of it, and it's the longest song on the EP. Because I did want it to be shorter, but the way the song progresses from the 2-minute mark and on, it just keeps stacking and having empty sections and building upon itself. The whole composition style of HTA that I had to keep in. I needed that in, and that's it. Even in the song, it is a bit self-aware of like intermission, get them pots and piss bins, and breaking into kind of almost like making a claim, stating an argument. Like, most of these cats should have been stuck at UPS, word to Wallace, all that glitters, ABC. And you know, shouting out people have inspired me, ideas have inspired me, how I feel about the current situation of the genre right now, about like everyone could say lack of art, lack of material. It's just we're in a funk. We're always in a funk. There's many good times and there's many bad times, and we're in between and right in the funk, man. So it is that kind of self-awareness to it. I do like shouting out my family on the track and bringing that appeal to it. But and even the beginning it's a very innocent type of story that goes on about being a bit younger and sort of getting to this point in time, about coming from Conway, which is a type of like neighborhood city in Orlando, Florida, and just kind of being a blurry vision virgin, where it's just, it's multiple meanings to it. Being a shy kid, being braced up, and I had glasses on and on and off that point of time. Things like that, being awkward, growing up, sort of having these demons, and just that adolescence, that just kind of pushing yourself out there and understanding there was your limits, and having to go home and do dishes. Like I needed that on tape. So it's elements like that where it reminds me for a second about the very first tape I've ever wanted to put out was called Neilberg, and that was it was a day in the life. Around the time I was 18, I was writing it about like an awkward kid with long hair and all that kind of shit, who just wanted to sort of be who he was, and that individualism to it. So Funky Drummer is, I think on a personal deeper level, it's a shout out to that. It's a fun song about family and kind of self-development kind of shit to me personally. Track 5, SISC, Self-Imposed Solitary Confinement, is the oldest song I've had on me up to now, where I've had this on hold at least since 2013 as a concept. I found the beat then years ago from the Wizard Collective crew, whatnot, off a tape they did that was just like a pure beat tape around the time of Mitt Romney was already on his way out as the candidate and whatnot. The was it against Obama, and it was like the funkiest, like most punk type of beat, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. This is it almost like shattered the rest of the tape by this crew, by Wizard Collective. And I just always thought about it, and I had lyrics to it. I I still have the lyrics, the original lyrics, like years, and it didn't change much from then. I just added maybe one or two extra type of lines to freshen it up. But I've had this song since maybe 2013, and honestly, it was a matter of the way I had to project my voice on the track. I was afraid of like bothering my neighbors, basically, or like if anyone was at the house, because I had to have a certain tone to it. I needed to be at a certain level personally, and so I held on to this. I wanted it to be perfect, so like when I perform this, I could be comfortable. I've gotten comments from my close friends like when I started out that I was definitely, you could tell like the voice was lower. I had a shyness to it, and I've bit by bit progressed, and they've pointed out to me, and so I can be like, okay, cool. I love that. I know that now this is like a good time for the song, and this type of project too is still fitting. So did the song, and I felt bad too because I knew when I finally asked if I could ask the Wizard Collective if I could use a song. It was months ago, and I should have had this out by January and that type of thing. So the second I put the tape out, I sent them a tweet, and one of the guys hit me back up. He was like, "Hey man, good stuff, good work." And I was like, "Oh man, that made it worth it. That made it the last couple months like, yes, like thank God this is out." And on a personal note, it is a song where it has emphasis on being alone and sort of kind of battling that isolation that I've put myself in, whether it was at home, kind of just being alone or making music, or around the time I originally wrote the song, I was in between houses and working in a back room for a big company, or one company that may be closing soon in general, but it is kind of self-imposed solitary confinement, and taking accountability with that, and that sort of lifestyle or personality I've come to be known for. Track 6 is File X, and the freshest song, you could say, if we're gonna say that SISC is the oldest song. This song alone made me want to drop the tape earlier, given the fact that it's a type of like X-File influenced conspiracy theory song, and the newest season, the 10th season of X-Files, was about to be out or already out when this song was finished up, or this was getting taped up, and again, HTA knocks it out the park and closes out the tape with this ambient, like boom 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 boom, and it was calling for some sort of like chant to it. Where the other songs have choruses, this is a chant of just like, I want to believe, I need to believe, like this willingness to call to action, and then just sort of going off about the situation, maybe modern day, of the truth is flying above us, want to abduct us, and dealing with stuff like they want us in a sedated type of mind state. They'd rather have us, either killing ourselves or just going out shopping and slowly dying and little stuff like that, but never really wanting to allude to a specific group, a specific type of person. So to me, this is my favorite concept of a song so far, where I can be assertive, I can attack this idea, but not be dated, not be too dated as far as what I'm attacking or who it is or what sort of energy specifically. It was, to me, it's a great balance of like I'm just trying my best to call at everything that bothers me, but never, and have it not be anything subliminal, have it not be anything that's overt, just right in that middle, that sweet spot of, okay, cool, it's got a bit of rhythm, it's a catchy song, and it has a message. Like, it's the ultimate kind of triangle force thing. So I want to believe, I need to believe, I needed to breathe what I want it to be. So it's a very, that's the essence, that song, of just closing out, like, this is, I need this, I am this, I want to be this, I believe this is my truth, type of thing. And start to finish the whole thing, and in a degree, I believe it to be the to be a continued song, from the concepts I'm holding with each release, each project, EP, LP, whatever. I don't want to fit into a category with them. I want them to each stand alone as much as possible in themes and in delivery, to depending on the beats, depending on lyricism. I do want them to all branch out, but be connected through the character. To me, Ahnist is my stage name and whatnot, but it is a character. I believe it to be a character that is just a generator where I can put all this stuff out. So File X finishes everything off for Ahnist 316, all the angst, all the suspiciousness, paranoia, the fun of the suspiciousness and paranoia, that sort of thing is that concept, this on the verge of what's going to happen next, and how I feel about everything up to this point. So it's going to continue on in that energy, and not always being so dark. I do feel I lean towards that. I have that crutch, but the future, I do have the desire to branch out and play, and definitely play around and have fun with this stuff. So there is seriousness on top of that, but it is lighthearted, and I thank you guys for being being with me up to this point, and the support I've gotten from friends and family, like, has been lovely, has been phenomenal. It's been heartwarming. This is the first thing in since I was into film and editing when I was a little younger. This is one of the first things since then that has really showed a lot of support from people, and close to me and a bit far, and it's gotten me to meet some awesome people, a few awesome people so far, and definitely more people down the line. So I thank you guys very much. I thank you guys if you listen to all this, because this is like a little bit of whipped cream on the side. This is what this is. I just want to have something on tape where I can look back and be like, okay, this is what I was thinking for this project, so how should I be thinking for these next projects, or what's the concept there? The date is April 24th, 2016, and I'd like to thank everyone, and thank you all very much, and continue on, and man, be good out there. Stay gold, please. Take care.